Welcome back to another edition of Rounds. I'm your wickedly talented host, James Francois Goffio, and this is my cousin, 1000% Italiano, Eric Farmer-Jean. And today we're going to talk about Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. Is it Jurassic World 2? This movie picks up 3 years after the last one, and there's rescue people there to collect the other dinosaurs. It starts with them in the Mosasaurus pin, so to speak, where the Indominus Rex got pulled into the last one, hashtag spoiler. And so they don't know if the Mosasaurus is still alive. I mean, if you've seen the trailer, then you know all you need to know about this film. And they cut a bone off the Indominus Rex. There's a guy there on land that is the most annoying character since Taya Leone in Jurassic Park 3. I couldn't wait for this guy to die.
The volcano on the island has started to erupt. They're going back to save as many dinosaurs as they can. This guy that used to work with John Hammond used to be his partner. So this guy, Lockwood, the guy handling his estate, contacts Claire and is like, we want to help. We want to get these dinosaurs to safety. We have an island booked just for them. No volcano.
What is that, a fucking resort?
You guys have this tracking system. We need you to be able to use it. And one of the main ones we want to save is Blue. We thought you might know a guy that could help us do that. So they get to the island. They're looking for Blue. They track her down. But he finds her, gets her out of hiding, and has her calm down. And of course, the guys show up. They pull the guns on her. She freaks out, pins one of them to the ground. And Buffalo Bill's like, "Don't you dare shoot her, we need her alive." "Don't you shoot my raptor." So the guy, of course, shoots the raptor.
And so Blue's shot, and they have the doctor that came with Claire and Franklin, Zia. They bring her back on the boat for her
After getting her off the chandelier.
They bring her back for her to take care of Blue. It goes south. They find out that they're being double-crossed. Buffalo Bill Ted Levine, he's the man in charge, and he's taking all these dinosaurs back to Lockwood Estate. Lockwood isn't the bad guy. It's the other guy, Eli, who's in charge of his corporation. I want to talk about when they get to the island and they get the double-cross, right? Claire and Franklin get locked in to this little control room where she got access to it, right, where they could tell where Blue's tracking beacon is and all that stuff. And they're like, "Oh, there's no way out." Well, first off, there's a long tunnel that runs all the way out. Now, there happens to be a dinosaur coming from that tunnel. But you didn't look around? There's a ladder with an escape hatch right in the corner.
The dinosaur comes in and the lava starts coming in behind it. And then she's like, all of a sudden, "Hey, give me that chair. There's a hatch right here."
And he gets the chair, and the dinosaur grabs it. And this dude struggles with a multi-ton dinosaur. You're talking about a multi-ton dinosaur versus an undersized millennial. And he wins.
Who looked like he pronounces sriracha.
Okay, they gotta get out. You can't kill the heroes. This isn't Game of Thrones. They're running, right? From
the lava.
From the lava.
And the stampeding dinosaurs.
It's a stampede! Get into that gyrosphere, and of course, here comes this vicious dinosaur, and who's gonna come to save the day? Not Dwayne Johnson. No, it's not. It is the goddamn T-Rex that's always conveniently there to save everyone. Put a cape on her, then.
No capes!
So they get out. Manage to get onto the boat that the bad guys are on. We'll talk about the sad scene. Brachiosaurus is like standing at the dock as the boat is going off.
And then you see the lava coming down behind it.
Really sad.
Because you hear it all the way on the boat, screaming and crying.
And so was my daughter. And let's talk about this villain, Eli. So they get back to the Lockwood Estate, where they show this little girl, Maisie, who is his granddaughter.
Not Maisie Williams.
She runs around the house and around the mansion, which just tells you that this movie is full of shit, because she's such a loose cannon, and it goes everywhere. She's got the convenient service elevator that can take her top to bottom. And you mean to tell me that this evil dude, Eli, has been conducting these mad science experiments in this dude's basement? It's not even his house. It's the rich guy's house. Why wouldn't somebody know about it?
Because even Iris didn't know about it, the nanny.
Yeah. So with all that going on in the basement, I mean, dude, it's not like they snuck this raptor in there.
They created it down there.
Somebody else cleaning that house, doing yard work. Nobody saw these big trucks rolling in. So I don't buy that. Especially the girl who's a wanderer. So they're back at the Lockwood Estate, and Zia and Franklin are working on Blue. Blue wakes up, kills some mercenaries, and then, with her heightened sense of smell, can detect that there's gas, flammable gas, and books it before it explodes. They get caught, and then they get locked up in the cells with the dinosaurs. So they brought all the dinosaurs in. The auction begins. All these rich, bougie people show up. I was bothered by this auction. People are paying only $5 million for a goddamn dinosaur.
I thought they lowballed.
And then even the Indoraptor, which they wheeled out.
Which wasn't for sale.
It was a prototype.
It was just a tease.
Yeah. Whoever was in charge of the marketing of this film must not have seen the original trailer for Jurassic World or Cloverfield or any other monster movie that does decent, that doesn't reveal too much of the big monster.
So it's the Indoraptor. It's built for combat. They even show off a little test of it with a little laser that a guy has on his gun.
And it
once you point the laser, he targets on that laser.
Claire and Owen break out because they got the Friar Tuck, as they called it in Lost World. So then the Friar Tuck is running amok in the auction. So that breaks it up. Most of the people are gone at that point. Buffalo Bill tranks the Indoraptor and then goes into
twice,
and that's it. Goes into the cage.
He wants to get a tooth for his souvenirs.
For his necklace.
Yeah.
Anyway, it fucking kills Buffalo Bill. It goes on to reveal, before Lockwood gets killed by Eli, that his daughter, who died in a car crash, he clones her, and that's his granddaughter.
That's Maisie.
And that's why Hammond and Lockwood had a falling out. So this Indoraptor gets loose after he kills Buffalo Bill. He's going after Owen and Claire and Macy because he's got some giant hard-on to kill some little 8-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl. Which is amazing because they hid behind that statue, and this thing's supposed to have a heightened sense of smell, heightened everything, and was fucking 2 feet in front of this thing. And they managed to get away, and they get on the roof.
So they get trapped up there. It's just Owen and Maisie at that point because Claire had gotten hurt. So then Claire shows up with one of them guns and points the laser at Owen. And he's like, do it. The raptor attacks. And it falls through the roof but catches itself. Pulls itself back up. Like a dark knight comes in Blue and is fighting with this thing for the second time.
Blue skidooed, and you can too.
Kicks it through the roof, and she falls with it. It gets impaled. There was some kind of cyanide gas, because of course there is. They know that the dinosaurs will die if they stay in that gas.
So essentially it's just open the cages and let them roam free.
And Claire does not press the button to let them out. Then Maisie presses the button.
Because why not? Because she's a clone and has had attachment to these fucking animals for 5 seconds.
I would score this movie about a 7-9. I actually really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty on par with the first Jurassic World.
I felt like this movie took the worst parts of 2 and the best parts of 3, and that's what we got. Man, I'd score this movie 6.4 out of 10. Wow. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, always cool. Leave the comments down there, those are great. I don't want just like, I want love, I want the full commitment. That's creepy, and I'm not going to stalk you like that, I promise. Or do I? I do promise.
He's some rich guy that's controlling his estates.
I love that you just dismissed all rich guys. He's a rich guy. I don't care if he's a philanthropist and he looks out for starving children. But if he's a rich guy, fuck the upper 1%.
And
that was a dinosaur that just came up.